It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Sunny skies out there right now. Terry Henne here at Radio Center along with Jonathan Dent. John, good morning. How you doing?
Doing well. It looks as nice as it did yesterday afternoon out there right now. It doesn't feel like it.
It was a little scary yesterday afternoon because of all the stuff that we went through in the morning.
Yeah.
And my weather sense was telling me that if it was going to warm up to 70 degrees by about 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon with sun, we were going to get a little fire up later on in the afternoon. Another wave come through. Well, fortunately for us, that didn't happen. It warmed up. We did hit 70 degrees. It was a whole lot closer to sunset than it was middle of the afternoon. So as a result, we didn't get the flare up that I thought we could possibly get, but we had plenty going through the overnight once again in the morning hours yesterday morning. Lake Tittabawassee out here, our parking lot was quite a mess out there. You know, it's kind of interesting. You see all that water and there's a drain there.
Mm-hmm.
So where's it going? It's obviously not going down the drain. But I think a lot of you were looking at water standing all over the place, and a lot of our rivers and creeks were pretty much filled.
Still is in quite a few areas.
Yes. Now, all that activity, especially around the immediate Saginaw area, spills into the Saginaw River.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we do have flood warnings up now for the Saginaw River. And I think that goes all the way into Sunday morning.
That's what I saw, yeah.
So my guess is we're going to be looking at above flood stage on the Saginaw River. I know the Tittabawassee was right up there a little bit earlier, and that has since come up again. And down in the Flint area, the usual ones. One that I hadn't heard too much about was down by Owasso, the main river down there. They did get quite a bit of precipitation, but it doesn't appear as though it's as bad as what it was here in the immediate Great Lakes Bay area. Temperature-wise, where are we right now?
Well, we're just over that 40-degree mark. Out at the airport, they've got 40 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Downtown Midland's at 41. Here at Radio Center, 41 degrees, but that wind out of the southwest, 16 miles per hour, gusting up to 25 miles per hour, and it doesn't show signs of letting up.
No, not at all. Matter of fact, we're pretty close right now to where we were yesterday. Where we were eventually wound up at 70 degrees. We were right around 43, 44 degrees in the noon hour. So gives you a pretty good idea what that warm front did and what happened. And of course, we have no idea unless you look at the pictures, and pictures really don't tell it all in other parts of the country. Kind of interesting if you think about it just for a minute, Jonathan, everything to the east of that front. Now, we're talking nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
Temperatures today in the middle 80s, all the way from New York City down to, I want to say eastern portions of Texas.
Wow.
And Florida, they're going to be looking at 90s today. But on the backside, I think Denver was 11 and Bismarck, North Dakota was 8.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to that 8 degrees, they had over 18 inches of snow.
Really?
So where we got all the rain, you go on the backside of that system, they were picking up quite a bit of snow. And I believe just over the past 10 days, North Dakota has picked up almost 3 feet of snow altogether. So it's going to be kind of rough trying to get on the land there very early. And then when they do, when temperatures start to warm up, it's going to be doggone wet in that part of the country. Right now, we're watching a low-pressure system over Wyoming, which we really don't want to talk about, but that is going to be moving into Iowa as we get into Friday night, tomorrow night, and early Saturday morning. What that's going to do is it's going to track close enough to us, so it's going to increase our clouds on Friday night and early Saturday morning. Saturday looks like a cloudy start to the day here, But I think as we go through the day, we're going to be looking at some clearing skies. But let's worry about today and tomorrow. Mostly sunny both days, windy today with those gusts 25, 30 miles per hour. So we've got a wind chill to contend with. Tomorrow, we're not going to be as warm. We're looking for a high temperature of right around 50 by the time we're all done. Clear skies tonight, a low of 30. And then tomorrow, we'll work our way up to about 46, 47 degrees. And we're not going to have the wind. So it's going to actually feel warmer tomorrow than what it's feeling today.
Really?
As of right now, with a little bit lower temperature.
Hmm.
Then on Saturday, when we were talking about the increase in the clouds, we're going to move up to about 52, 53 degrees with a low of 35. So sunrise service on Sunday morning looks like it's going to be a little chilly. You can wear your white, but just take a pair of gloves along, okay?
Might be a good idea.
Yeah. Might be a little cool. But as we go through the day on Sunday, mostly sunny skies, 60 for a high on Sunday. Clear skies Sunday night with a low of right around 42. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, springtime at its best. We're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies, sunny skies, at least for those first 3 days, with temperatures in the upper 60s on Monday, 70 on Tuesday, and 75 on Wednesday.
Hey.
So maybe, just maybe, there'll be an 80 not too far away from us. I don't think we're going to hit that warm, but still, it's going to be right up there. What we're seeing, and this is what we alluded to yesterday when we talked about it, it does appear as though once we roll through Easter, as a lot of our long-range forecasts were indicating, we were going to really turn into spring. The long range to take us from roughly the beginning of next week through the 19th of April is temperatures much above normal for this time of the year. Precipitation values to be slightly below normal. Normal right now is 52 in the afternoon and 33 at night. Record high in the state, 81. Set back in 1929. The record low, 16. Set in 1982. A year ago, our high was 51 and our low was 35. So kind of close to what we're going to be looking at today. We picked up a little bit better than a half inch of rain a year ago today, but taking a look at the grand scheme of things for the month of April as of the 6th, we were looking a year ago at, right around, so I want to say, probably 8,500ths of an inch of precipitation. So far this month, we're at 1.67. That's at MBS International. And a lot of you picked up more than that over the past couple of days or so, because we're looking at some rainfall amounts here and well over cumulative wise 2 inches of rain, and it came real heavy, real quick in a lot of areas. So that's the reason why we're seeing the water standing. Incidentally, records for yesterday, April the 5th. No, we did not break a record for the amount of rain. The old record is 1.45, and that was set back in 1917. And as far as today is concerned, the record amount of precipitation is 1.4 inches, and that was set in 2017.
How much rain did we get yesterday?
Yesterday at the airport, about 1 1/10.
Okay.
And I did see a few other locations, Gladwin. They picked up a little bit better than an inch. Down in the Flint area, if I took a look, yes. Flint had just under 9/10 of an inch, but the day before, figuring in the nighttime in Flint, they had over 1.25 inches there. So you're looking at better over a two day. Better than 2 inches of rain.
Mm-hmm.
And again, a lot of that, it wasn't a gradual rain. It was just heavy downpours for a long period of time, then nothing, and come right back at you. So it's been a little rough, but for the most part, if you haven't had any water issues in your backyard or in your basement, you're doing okay. But I know there's a lot of folks having to contend with that right now. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have?
We'll be heading over to talk with Doug Klein from Oppenheimer to start off our market report today, and then we'll have those cash grain prices for you from MAC and Breckenridge. All of that is coming up, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. One of the last things you want to hear come August, first part of September, is 2 inches of rain in a short period of time. But if you've been working with the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency, you still don't want to hear it, but at least you know that you got a little security going. It's all about risk management. Covering yourself against the bad things, protecting yourself against those bad things, and taking advantage of the good things. And with the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency, you can do it. They're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents for questions or emergencies on their cell phones, or you can call the office, 989-868-4722. Incidentally, Jonathan, a little bit later on, we're going to be talking about hail damage to buildings. Craig Voorhees is going to be joining us on that. So pretty topical conversation this morning.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to see too much more of it this year.
No, especially when I took a look at
season.
some of those golf ball size hailstones. This one guy who's got a really big hand had 2 of them, and they were spilling over the edges of his hand. That's how big those hailstones were.
Wow.
Breaking windshields and all that sort of stuff. Kind of sounds like the market report with Doug Klein, doesn't it?
Sometimes, yeah. Let's see if today is one of those days. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
How we doing, Doug?
Oh, well, we're doing fine.
Good. How's the markets doing?
Not so fine. But it's all money.
Yep.
It's not worth crying for. It's not worth dying for. So don't worry about it. It'll probably change. But I see that the Russian prosecutors are requesting a 25-year sentence for their opposition politician named Makara Mirza. That sounds familiar. Called treason or something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess that's universal around the world. That's what we do now. But short sales had their best month since 2008 in March. So don't draw any comparisons. It's different this time. They say. But anyway, hey, Bob Lee was stabbed in San Francisco. I thought for a while, I'm like, that's just another 100 millionaire getting off. But got to thinking about it, and his business really, really threatened the big banks because he was kind of an innovator in banking. And I hope they don't just blame some homeless guy on it, because it sounds to me like it was a hit. Kind of scary out there with the big money doing things that they want to do anytime that they want to do it. But, the SVB Financial was the same thing. Bitcoin was the same thing. Sam Bankman-Fried is the same thing. They got him sitting in jail. They're going to pin a lot of stuff on him. Who knows? They got a scapegoat. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's scary out there. But anyway, so commodities are down just a bit today. The May corn is 6.44 3/4, down 8 cents. December corn is 5.57 down 3 1/4. May soybeans 14.90 down 20 1/2. November soybeans 13.06 down 9 1/2. May wheat is 6.80 down 2, and December wheat is 7.23 3/4 down 2 3/4. Crude oil holding up just fine, 80.43 down 18 cents. Heating oil is 267.5 down 5.5 cents. Gasoline is 280.84 down 1.2 cents, and natural gas is $2.09, down 6.5 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. The U.S. dollar buys you 134.81. That's up 23 ticks. The dollar buys 131.71 yen. That's up 4 ticks. The euro's at 109.22, up 19 ticks. The dollar's at 101.89, up 4 ticks. Gold is at $2,011. That's down $9.90. A little profit taking. Silver's $24.98, down 5 cents. And platinum is at $999.40. That's up $2.
All right.
Yes, vacation day.
Uh-huh. That's right. Now, tomorrow, with Good Friday, is that going to change any trading going on early, late? What's going on there?
As far as I know, there's no trade tomorrow.
Okay. No trade tomorrow.
As far as I know.
Okay. All righty. Doug, thank you.
Okay, good luck.
All right. Talk to you later. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Let's take a look at the markets right now at MAC, see how all of that activity is influencing those markets. Well, everything is down. According to MAC right now in Breckenridge, the wheat is down 3, 629 for the white, 594 for the red. New crop at 692 for the white, 621 for the red. Corn down 9 at 608. New crop down 4 at 497. The soybeans down 20 at 1458 at MAC. The new crop is down 11 at 1245. Market report brought to you by Krejak's House. I hope you got your reservations in for Easter at Krejak's House. If you didn't, give them a call, 989-894-5531. Check it out. See if they've got any tables available, because especially if you go to early service, sunrise service on Easter Sunday, it is a tradition at Krejak's House that breakfast at Krejak's on Easter. Terrific, terrific stuff. Anytime on Easter, the food is great. Give the family a fun Easter holiday this year. Nobody in the house cooks. You all go to Krejak's House. Corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. And by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. So just stop by any of their conveniently located offices today and find out how they can be your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Well, Jonathan, it's Thursday, right?
It's Thursday.
It's Plant of the Week day.
It is. And with our plant of the week, we say good morning to Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Hey, with all the weather, I thought I'd use one that was very tolerant of wet soils.
Good
That's
idea.
a good thing to talk about today.
Good idea.
And it's bald cypress. And it's a plant that's native to the United States, and it has a wide range of wide range of hardiness, everything from, Texas and Georgia all the way up to us, and even further north than us. So it's a conifer, which means it bears cones, but it also drops its needles. It has like 1/4-inch long flat needles, yellowish green foliage, turns orange to maybe crimson brown in the fall color when those needles drop. The neat thing I like about it is it has a buttress. Its trunk flares out and maybe has furrows in it, and so it has a very large taper as it comes up. It's just a very unique looking plant in its trunk and its form that way. It also, if you plant it in, maybe not to quite say in, but in or near water, it'll develop knees. Do you know what knees are, Terry?
I've got 2, and I know they hurt, especially on a wet day like yesterday.
Yeah, well, I had mine replaced, but anyway, they end up popping up out of the ground and near the water in heavy moisture situations, and the roots will come up and then go back down again. But in drier situations, in which it will tolerate as well, you're not going to see the knees near like it. So it's really a cool plant. And again, if you've got an area you want a tree and you just go, it's just too wet to plant anything, we've got one for you.
Bald cypress.
That's right.
And you got them. You got them at the, yeah?
We do, sure do. And we're going to be closed this weekend with Easter, but next week we start Saturday. So give us a call. Come on out during the week till 5. We'll show you one and get it in your yard shortly.
Jerry, thanks a lot. You take care, all right?
You betcha. Have a good weekend.
I will, and happy Easter to you and the staff and family.
Thank you.
You bet. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment. You know, they've got those tractors over there. We've been talking about it. We've called them the Farm All because that's what they call them. And we've been calling it Farm All because of all the jobs that it does. And the reason why it can do all of those jobs is you got a horsepower range of anywhere from 35 to 140 horses. So whatever your job is, there's a Farm All tractor for you. And it's a really good idea right now to just stop by and see the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, because you tell them the job that you want done, and chances are they've got the Farm All tractor right there to take care of whatever you need. Anywhere from the Value Pack Farm All Compact A series to the Deluxe Compact Farm All C and C series with cabs. Remember, the tractor does it all, so no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red. And it's called Farm All. Learn more by stopping by Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. Along with us right now, Jonathan, who do we have?
We've got Craig Voorhees from the Rummel Agency talking about hail damage, what we were talking about a little bit earlier here. Craig, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How's everything there?
Hey, a whole lot better than in other parts of the country. I'm telling you, Craig, we were talking about a little bit earlier about the hail damage, storm damage. If a tornado didn't ruin it or really knock all sorts of everything out of property, the hail was just unbelievable how big those hailstones were. And they do a lot of damage.
They do. I know we had some hail alerts yesterday. Did we get any in our immediate area? I wasn't aware of any.
The only area that I was told had some hail was northern Midland County and over by Mount Pleasant. They were looking at some hail, but it wasn't the size, and it wasn't as much. They had maybe, a few hailstones bouncing around, and that was it. And fortunately for us, we didn't have a lot of foliage out, whether it be trees or obviously crops or anything to the hail to damage. But those days can come pretty quick.
Yeah, they're unfortunately probably going to be more of them. And hail damage, when it comes to your houses and your sheds, you want to have that discussion with your insurance agent. Not all companies cover that the same. And what I mean by that is some companies will cover, like if you got a nice new metal shed and it gets dimpled, some companies will cover the dimples and some will not. They don't consider that damage unless there's actually a hole put in the sheet metal. So before you get to that point, you want to talk to your agent and find out which coverage you have and which one you want.
Good advice. So at this stage of the game, better to be prepared well in advance, because I got a funny feeling this spring is going to be a stormy spring by the looks of it.
Right. And, have that conversation as well as how much water backup coverage do you have. We've got several folks with flooded basements right now, and that damage usually has a smaller limit separate from the house limit. So those are two items you should be really talking to your agent about right now, the hail damage and the water backup in the basements.
You can really be surprised at what you thought you had versus what you actually have with your insurance. It's really a good idea to check right now, isn't it?
It is. Nobody likes surprises, especially when it hits your pocketbook. Those are never fun. And, the basements, they add up in a hurry. You think about what's down there, your furnace, your water heater, maybe washer and dryer, all the stuff you just store down there. That can chew up a lot of money in a quick hurry.
It sure does. Craig Voorhees, thanks for the tips. We appreciate it. Have a happy Easter, okay?
We will, Tim, and same to you and everyone there.
Thank you. We'll be right back with Steve Anderson.
As a farmer, you're always thinking ahead, planning and preparing for the next season. You know that a profitable yield depends on weather and timing. While Morgan Composting can't control the weather, they can save you time, from enhancing your soil before planting season with Dairy Dew compost blends to boosting growth with Dairy Dew granulated fertilizers and finishing the growing season strong with powerful liquid foliants made with kelp, humic, and fulvic acid. Morgan Composting has everything you need to get things going and get things growing in a complete package. Whether your farming operation is a greenhouse, an orchard, or thousands of acres of row crops, save time by getting your entire fertility plan made in one place. Morgan Composting, serving Michigan farmers for more than 25 years. Call the soil health experts now at Morgan Composting or visit dairydew.com to learn more. Dairy Dew.
Along with us right now, Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Steve, what are the New York markets doing right now?
Well, right now we've got light pre-holiday trading, and the markets are mixed, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 56 points, putting it at 33,426, and volume there is 254 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead by 39, putting it at 12,037. And the volume there is 299 million shares. Locally, they're mostly lower, though. Caterpillar, 211 and a quarter, down 228. Deere, 371.20, down 262. CMS, 61.97, down 15. Dow, 54.49, down 15. DuPont, 69.40, down 96. Corteva, 59.26, down 146. GM, 34.83, down 26. Trinzio, 20.31, down 11. Walmart, 150.30, up 63. Huntington Banks, 11.22, up 18. Independent Bank, 17.15, down 4. And AT&T is down 2 little pennies at 19.58.
You have a great day, Steve.
I will, and no market trading tomorrow, so everybody have a safe holiday weekend.
You too. Happy Easter. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Ray at the Gick Nursery and Garden Center in Bay City. We've expanded with a beautiful new greenhouse, bringing you more of the outdoors inside for your shopping comfort. More room for you to enjoy the Gick's exclusive garden accessories, outdoor furniture, potted plants, and lawn care. See exclusive fountains, herb baskets, and all the accessories you'll need for your yard and garden at Big X. Easter is here, and we have the perfect Easter lilies, floral arrangements, and colorful potted plants for your family get-together. The Gick's Expanded Outdoor Living Center offers you a great selection of comfortable and colorful Berlin Gardens outdoor living furniture. Visit our grill zone and you'll find Weber gas grills and Blackstone grills and all the accessories you'll need for outdoor cooking at its best. This is a great time to get outdoors and provide your lawn a welcome fertilizing. Find us online at BigGickNursery.com. We'll see you this week at Big X on M84, 1 mile east of I-75, west side Saginaw Road, Bay City.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. And Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors made easy. All you got to do is give them a call. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Back at 12:30. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.